school right now.
Okay.
Who were some of your teachers that you can
Well, I probably remember them better than they do me. They probably won't forget me.
remember? Or you left in a double impression.
You know, talking about that, I'll get back to your question there, but I'll never forget. In my junior year, I believe my junior year, I had a teacher named Miss Brown.
Okay.
And she was tough.
And what subject?
American Lit, English Lit.
Okay.
She was a tough teacher. I think she taught my mom. I don't know. She went way back. But the first day we were there, she said, "Okay, I'm going to call the roll, and when I do, you say here and hold up your hand so I can get a visual of whose name
This
with
is
the name with the person."
Miss Brown or Mrs. Brown?
Miss Brown.
Miss. Okay.
Old woman.
Okay, gotcha.
So
She must have been at least 60.
yeah, or 80. To me, and when you're in high school, they all look 80. Anyhow, she started calling off names, you know. And of course, I had two brothers went through school ahead of me. And she came to me and she said, "Wilbur Corley," and I held up my hand and said, "Here." Boy, she leaned over and squinted her eyes and looked at me and she said, "Are you Ron Corley's brother?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." Shook her head and she says, "This is going to be a long, hard year for you." I thought, oh, brother, and she wasn't kidding. I guarantee, boy, that was a tough class. That was the class we used the books, the little comic books, to write the book reports. But anyhow, her was mine, and John McKeever. You may remember
yes,
John McKeever. John was my favorite guy in school. John used to, before he became principal, he was a wood shop teacher down in the basement in the gym. And of course, I loved the woodworking part, and he and I just really hit it off, and we become real good friends. And his wife was an English teacher. I had her. A woman named Miss Swift. I had her in bookkeeping, and Jaggers, a woman named Miss Jaggers. You probably remember her.
I had her last year.
Really?
Yeah.
She taught typing. I don't know much.
Same here.
Yep. And oh gosh, I don't know. They came and went.
In fact, on Miss Jagger's class, when I walked in there, I guess I preceded myself being there. When I called roll, she said, "No, you sit right up there in front of me."
Does it tell you anything?
And our typing class was in the basement. You know, when you went in on the east door, you went down the stairs. It was the first door on the left, so it would be in the southeast corner is where our typing class was.
I think they had a home ec down there when I was.
Well, of course, the gym wasn't there anymore when we were there.
Oh, that well.
You know, it was I don't remember what the gym was then.
Yeah.
But you go ahead.
Well, the football coach, Tuffy Klein, you probably remember him.
He was there when his last years were there when we were there.
Yeah. I flunked a half at Miss Smart was there, and I flunked a half a year in her science class, and I had to make up a half of credit there. So I took driver's ed, and Coach Klein's what we called him, Coach. He taught driver's ed.
He taught it when I was there.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And he was at that time they had a truant officer, you know, and he was a truant officer. There was three of us took that class, in the first class in the morning, and all three of us had our driver's license. We were just sitting there trying to make up this half grade. Well, at Glover's Shoe Shop where I worked, it was just a local hangout. You'd thought it was the pool hall because everybody hung out, all them high school kids hanging out there. Because we was into football, you know, we knew everything, and these football players all hang out. Well, first thing in the morning, we'd all get in there, and I'd go to work at the shoe shop late till school started. First thing he'd do is says, "Who all's down at the shoe shop this morning?" Because he wanted to know where all them trucks was. And I'd either tell him or not. He would never go down there. If it was football players, he would never go check on them. He didn't bother football players. But that's all we did is go out and chase down the trucks and go to their house, and he'd check on them and see.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Yeah.